Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. Uh, Good afternoon, welcome back, and we are going to continue to dream bigger. Dream Biggeer. Okay, now separate to those, we're just picking up from where we left off at. Hope that everyone had a good break, a good tinkle break, bathroom break, food break, breakfast break, shake break, yogurt break, smoothie break. Okay, now we have to do what? Separating these two lists. Let's encourage coaches to engage in the innocent, DESIRES, innocent desires that give space to life. Okay, and I can say that because with just one big dream list, we can get embarrassed about putting like those level three dreams, like take a fall color vacation in New England and next lead maybe, lead 10 people to Christ, or good morning, Stephanie. I'm sorry, Stephen. Stefan, good morning. Okay, we have to, yet these dreams are part of God's will, and God wants us to have fun, fun, fun. Fun dreams are part of the good and perfect will that God wants each and every single one of us to have. Creating a dream lifestyle is another way to uncover fun dreams, like describing, like, oh, like, why didn't I do this earlier? Now, when it comes to like creating a dream lifestyle, it's another way to uncover fun dreams where describing a living situation, a workplace, home, schedule, and relationship that you'd really love to live and to live with, and can make it a lot more simpler to voice what it is that would bring you into a joyful life and a joyful space. I've included my own dream inventories from years ago, and just to show you how a list looks, like how to change over time. Some dreams have been realized, and then some I lost interest in and removed from the list. And I'm still working on a few, and some of them I haven't made any progress towards at all, like building a house, and I'm okay with that. Like, okay, a dream list is not a rule book to follow. Fact, it's your list that should change as you grow older and become more fully aware of what God has placed in your heart. So, I remember one time I wanted a log cabin because I really like the wood. I like the wood until I realized that when I moved to Pennsylvania and I got a chance to look and see some of the various different styles of log cabins that they had, I'm saying to myself, Jennifer, on your budget at that moment, my log cabin wouldn't it wouldn't have been the best, but if I had the budget and the expenses, the finances to get the most, but best cedar wood and pine and all that other kind of stuff, then it would be great. But it is just a dream list is fun dream. Okay, here's a fun dream list where it says like fun dream inventory, and then you can also do a list from work, money, finances, living environment, personal growth, health, recreation, community, family, God. These are all areas that we can, in our life, where we can sit down and dream in. And breaking down life into categories can help you identify and balance with the dreams in all areas and minimize the tendency, maybe that we have a tendency to forget important things, and sometimes that happens. And so we're going to use the same 8 categories from the life wheel of assessment found in, you can find the life wheel assessment on the internet, you can find it in my school book, a life wheel of assessment. You can download it from Pinterest, and then we can start with the freedom to dream. Is the person able to list both big and fun dreams? Do you have more than a few items? Then you have to deal with balance. Balance, does these dreams teach many life areas or some categories? Maybe some categories are absent. For instance, in an overall spiritualization, list everything that is ministry related. Maybe some of you want to do ministry. Like, I'm like, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's your choice. You understand? Is it a dream? Is it a passion? How long have you had this burning DESIRE, this passion or desire to do things or to do whatever it is that you think that God is calling you to do? Then you have to look at your energy. Ask about a few of their dreams and look for the passion and energy. If the energy is missing, what's going on there? You got to have energy, 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 okay? Then you have the partnership. How does the person's marriage or singleness affect their dream? When you are dreaming, are you including your spouse, your life partner? Does partners dream together? Do you and your partner dream together? And that's nice to see. I see some coaching couples, and I see some couples who have opened up restaurants. I've seen couples who are, I worked with people who, like, doctors, and their wife is either the manager or the admin person, and the doctor like just sees the patients, and the wife handles the books, and they do life together, they run the business together, they're in the practice together. Good afternoon, Carla. So when it comes to partnership, does that person in your dream, are you including your life partner? Are you two dreaming together? Does one dominate, or does have singles? Are you doing this singularly by yourself, or like me, I'm just by myself? Is it singles, like put all are with the partnership? Are they putting all their dreams and eggs in one basket? I see that like on Shark Tank, one person will create the idea and the other person will help with the investing and with the guiding or doing the books or the finances. You understand what I'm saying? And one person may be the face of the company, or both is the face of the company. I look at Brother Jamel and his wife, and when they sit there and I look at both those photos, God called him, and eventually, but it was because she stood in the gap for him that he came into ministry as a pastor. I'm sorry. Now he's a pastor and he's traveling all over the place. But then you have to look at now how the God called her to, I guess, to help the sisters and the women that is within the ministry or within the organization, whatever it is what they're doing. When God calls one person, you understand, he's going to call both of you to help to do what it is that God has called you to do. So it is what it is. And some people be like, well, And then when building a business, I looked at my parents, right? My father was a musician. He was a musician for many, many years. My mom was the percussionist in the band, and as my older brother would, play the maracas. But it was like we weren't like the Partridge Family or anything. But we all had one cymbal or thimble, bing. And then you have to look at, you understand, and I look at people who are there dreaming styles. You got to have dreaming styles. Okay, I don't talk about my pastor much, but here's a picture of my pastor. My pastor's daughter, one of his daughters, I guess, sings, and the other one plays the piano, and then the wife helps with this, and then the pastor preaches or whatever. But for some reason, it's like God called the entire family. You can look at Joel Osteen and his wife Victoria, and you can look at I guess their children sings and plays instrument. Now everybody's grown, probably married, have kids of their own. But when it says partnership, does the person in the marriage, whatever dream or vision that you may have, does you and your partner dream together, or does one dominate, or or do they all just put all the eggs into one basket? Maybe God is not calling you to do ministry, but God is calling you to own a business or to step out in faith and to do whatever it is, whatever your passion is. Another thing I look at for a person's dreaming style is like maybe you want to travel. If that's what you want to do, is your family up to being like, unless you're like in the military or something like that, where, being that they're stationed in so many different places, the family has to be stationed in so many different places, and the children are being put into different schools like that. But then you have the most striking difference between S and N on the Myers-Briggs S and N thing. You can download that too from Google. Is that the natural dreamers, they are future oriented conceptual thinkers who easily create dream pictures that are future oriented conceptual thinkers, and they're not disconnected from the present. But in other words, they can dream without needing a plan to get there. You understand? On the other hand, there are those S's on the practical and present oriented. They dream by extrapolating concrete experiences into the future. So dreaming without a connection to present reality is frustrating and meaningless for them. Okay, years ago, like, there was a dinner party, and a wonderful older gentleman came to, and he did a service call for the manufacturers of the company. I think something had broke down and they had to fix it. And basically what happened was he was going to be the company was going to be bought out by another company, and he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do with the rest of his working life. Basically, he was selling the company, and the company was being bought out by another company, and then he had to sit down and decide, what am I going to do with the rest of my life, basically. So I started asking him questions about the future. One thing is becoming, when you become my patient, then you become my friend. And basically, that's how I have made some of my really greatest connections, because when me and my mom traveled to Paris, the lady that she was a travel agent, turned out that me and her became friends, and it was EF Tours, and she was a retired school teacher, or a Catholic school teacher, and we became friends. And basically what happened was, as she kept coming to see me as my patient, we became friends. We started talking to each other, and she was still fairly young. People retire after 25 years, and then they have to reinvent themselves and find another career. And basically we became friends, and I bought a package, me and my mom, and we traveled with her and her travel club and her travel group, and we went to Paris, went to France first class, and it is really good that. So this is my other patient. Now we've become friends, and now the thing is that time after time, he had to come up with a scenario as to, so he started asking himself questions once he sells the company, that what is he going to do with his future. So I ask questions. That's what I do. I sit down and ask questions. Why? Because when I first got married, I was young and naive, and I didn't ask questions. Now, oh my God, I could have been in a debate, a team, but now I ask questions. And anyway, so I started asking him questions regarding his future. Time after time, he drew a blank. He couldn't come. He wasn't like thinking like what is his plans after he sells the company. So he had no unrealized dreams to pursue. You understand? He was happy with what he was doing, and there was nothing from his childhood that he always wanted to do, be, or he didn't want to continue with to conjure up any picture of an ideal future, much different than his present circumstances, and nothing in. And then finally, it dawned on me that he was an S, and all my questions were asking him to dream in the end style, and that is the now style, creating an ideal future out of nothing. The thing is that what you and I have to realize is that sometimes when what you've done in the past and felt like it really fit you, some people don't know how to reinvent themselves and continue on because they had flourished in that particular area. So if you have flourished in a particular area, what are you going to do now that you're no longer doing that thing that you used to do? You understand? He had much more to say when I started to ask concrete, like regarding concrete questions. At one point I asked what he loved best about his current position, or what it is that he's currently doing in life. And well, every day he would go somewhere that, or he would interact with someone who really needs him. And if he can't get that one crucial part to work, maybe the entire plant would shut down. And I'm saying to myself that, thank God people think differently. So you have to get to the point that when you start dreaming, that you don't shut down your entire being and existence, because life is like that. You have the work area, the family area, the the spiritual area, your health, okay? And you have to be able to balance all of these areas so that you can be healthy and live in harmony, okay? And with the relationship as well. So you have to find meaning from your past experiences for the things that you love, and extrapolating into a picture of the future thing that you would like to do. Okay, finding passions under dreams, and like dream in pencil, where if you're dreaming in pencil, if you write anything in pencil, you can always use an eraser and erase it and make adjustments and stuff like that. One way to follow up with dream inventory is to pick a dream and go for it. if that client wants to be coached on pursuing a certain dream, like starting a Christian school, or often step into an envisioning exercise in detail, create a full-fledged dream image of a daily life at that dream school. If you want to do a charter school, okay, if you want to do a charter school, if you're a teacher with your MBA or your BA and you got your PhD and you wanted to apply to the government for funding and to open up a charter school, okay, these are steps that is possible and you can do it, okay? If you want to start your own Christian school as a Christian and you want to implement Christian values along with education, you can do that as well. Create a full-fledged dream image of daily life at that dream school. What it is that you would like to teach, how would you like to teach, how would you like the school to be run? Who do you see yourself employing? What are the curriculums and because a lot of people fail to realize that teachers have a large amount of influence over our children. How? Because they have them for almost eight hours every single day. So from the time they start, say from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., they speak into their life on a day-to-day basis. You understand? So you would be trying to find teachers and instructors with good values when you're opening a Christian school or a any kind of school, a charter school, for whatever reason, that you have to dream in a full picture of become the architect, and not just one part of it. You have to think of the entire master blueprint of how it is that you would like to pursue this dream, and you need motivation. And if you can move into the basic coaching process for creating goals and options and taking action, the call to action, 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 action. The thing is, if our objective is discovering your client's like life purpose, the path to take is finding the passion that underlies those dreams. Okay, what is underneath those dreams or those things that it seems like, oh, you need the emotional support, you need have you ever told your dream to somebody and then they look at you and you say to yourself, like, really? You want to do that? How can you do that? Is that possible? So, what you want to do, why do you want to start a school? What would I give? What would it give you and the people? And who do you want to serve? From big, hairy, audacious goals to challenge and to change the world, to innocent wishes for fun experiences. All dreams are a window into your heart's DESIRE. Okay, they are containers that give a form to our passions, PASSIONS, and we can visualize and talk about this. But life coaching, as a life coach, my purpose is to utilize these details of your dream image and to unearth the hidden DESIRES beneath it, and to draw out the benefit of it. Okay, if you have blockage, like sometimes we dream and we want to do many things, but as I coach you and I start listening to you and then I see you open up to me, some of us have emotional blockage, some of us have fear factors that we need to deal with. You understand? So I have to be able to encourage you, support you, and help to empower you to step up in faith, okay, and to be able, because with every challenge you're going to have things that, like, if take a look at family photos, so you see the same faces popping up all the time after time after time, and you won't take you long to figure out who's the brothers, who's the sisters, who's the grandmas and stuff like that. Since dreams are snapshots of our future and of the future passions of what the future would look like, they are the family photo album of our hearts, HEARTS. So the same way that you have your family photos and family pictures everywhere, you understand, you have the same family photos of your dream and vision on your heart. Okay, so what is your dream theme? When I say dream theme, this is it can be especially interesting to work with fun dreams, okay? People are often amazed at what their fun experiences are, the things that they actually have fun doing, that they love to do, that they enjoy doing, okay? That gives them really, really. Do you want to open up a play center for children? Do you want to act? Do you want to become an acting coach? Do you want to do, like, what is your fun thing? Do you have a fun dream? Do you want to do who created Chuck E. Cheese's? You understand? There are so many fun dreams for young people and adults on the back burner because people may think it's not this crazy idea, but you have to, like, what is your dream theme? And every dream have a theme, like a baby shower theme and a bridal theme and a birthday party theme and a happy anniversary theme. Your dream has a theme. You understand? It is a reflection of who you are and what it is that you're thinking, like they call theme parks. Your dream has themes. So many of our dreams have to do with being in nature. Maybe you are a nature type of person, and then asking, what does that give to you, or why is that important to you? Is it a nature theme? Is it a until you arrive at the CORE of that underlying passion, of that thing that is within that is always has your heart stirred up, okay? You have to experience at this process that can quickly move into a conversation through dreams, and you have to have that deep desire within and throughout your dream theme, that not getting distracted by pragmatic questions about how feasible this dream is. If you keep dreaming the same thing every all the time and stuff like that, there's something for you to think of. Okay, so think about that. And then we will do on the next segment. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to do coaching beyond the container. Coaching beyond the container. Okay, and that, when I say container, is, I'll get into that in more detail, but thank you so much for joining me on this segment. And next segment, I'll give you a scenario of coaching beyond the container, and we'll take a look at what that looks like to you and see which one of these areas that you fit in. And then we're going to start separating the factors, okay? FACTORS, and look at how to play the game, okay? And on that, we say thank you so very much, and be back in 2 twos in the next recording, okay? So enjoy the fluids, hydrate, 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 and we'll talk to you soon. Okay?